Hey, welcome to the video. Hugh here, and I want to talk about direct response media in this video. And whilst the name might sound similar to direct response marketing, I kind of came up with this terminology because what I've been doing with clients is kind of different to what a lot of people talk about. So, on one school of thought, you've got direct response marketing or advertising, which is, as it says, direct response. So, what you're doing there is you're running an ad and you're measuring the response. And the whole kind of premise of this is that, for copywriters or media buyers, people who, like myself, a background in running paid advertising, we're trying to set something up. We're trying to determine whether that action is successful or not. But here's the problem with that, because I work in the high ticket field, right? So if you are in the B2B space, you do B2B, you have a have a high ticket offer, you try to get calls booked, you sell over the phone. Chances are the buying cycle for a lot of your customers isn't a couple of days, it might be a couple of months. And so if we're just trying to measure the success of an action based on what happens in that initial ad, we're not always going to get accuracy. And so what we're also doing is we're leaving money on the table. And where a lot of the money is in the back end. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit in the video and how we can monetize effectively from our advertising, because it's not to say that we shouldn't run paid advertising, it's that there's this big thing that is missing on the back end of this. And so what I want to talk about, first of all, is where we want to send our traffic. And really, what we want to do is through all of our media platforms, whether we're running ads on Facebook, whether we're doing outreach on LinkedIn, whether we're producing content on YouTube, we're sending everybody into a centralized offer. So we don't want to have different offers for different platforms and running loads of different things and different campaigns that have different marketing messages. We want to send somebody to a centralized offer. And what I mean by that specifically is literally the same page, right? Like you can duplicate it and things like that. So you're measuring it on different platforms, but really we want to measure the outcome of your offer, and that's done through a centralized offer. So let's say, for example, you send somebody to a page, it's got a headline, it's got a video, it's got some testimonials to kind of reinforce the results you get. Like that's a centralized offer, right? You want to communicate your offer through the headline, through the video, maybe through some bullet points, and then you want to drive them to a call to action. Most of our clients are getting calls booked, so it's usually the call to action is to book a call, and you're able to measure that effectiveness of that page, right? How many people click on the page? How many people book a call? You're able to work out the conversion rate of the page. Now, when we run paid advertising, typically what we will do is we will get a name, a number, and an email before coming to that page. So you'll use an opt-in page, or if you're using Facebook or LinkedIn, you can use a lead form, and then you're driving people to that page on the back end. So that way we're growing our email list, we're growing our SMS or WhatsApp contact list as well. So we're able to ring or message people to get more calls booked that way. And that's great, right? That's going to get you an ROI. As long as your offer is good, you're able to get an ROI from that. You might be able to get a 3x, 5x, sometimes even a 10x return, right? If things are going really, really well with that campaign. But if you have a look at this as a kind of holistic system and you're not just reliant on this one thing, really what you're doing there is you're marketing to the top of the pyramid. So if you think about a market, the people you're marketing to, let's say, for example, you market to real estate agents, there might be like 3 to 10% of people who have a specific problem that they want to solve now. They're going to book a call, they're going to take action, and they're going to jump through those hoops to work with you, right? So they're going to see the video, they're like, yeah, I like this. I've never heard of this guy before, but I like this video, and I'm going to click to book a call with him or her and see what they're all about. They jump on the call, they're impressed, they sign up, right? That's going to be a small percentage of people. You might get, let's say, for example, 10% of people or leads go through and they book a call straight away, right? Now, out of those 10%, obviously that's not 10% of leads becoming buyers. That's like, you might close 1 in 5, and now you've got 10 leads in 100, 10%. 2 of those leads might then sign up, and that's, 2 out of 10 people, 2 out of 100 leads. That's why we're leaving a lot of money on the table, because most people look at that and they're like, okay, cool, that's great. We've made 2 sales. Let's just ramp this thing up. And that's good for a limited amount of time. But generally, what happens with paid advertising is the more you increase it, the less the returns. And so we want to counter that. And this is where content marketing comes into play. And this is why we call it direct response media, because we've got the direct response element of it, but then we're also testing media on the back end. And I think the platform that is really coming through for businesses is YouTube, right? Typically, you think of YouTube, you think of these big influencers, you think of how-to videos, like tech stuff, or sometimes people use it on like how to fix a kitchen sink, right? Like it's kind of tutorial based. People are searching it as a search engine. And so people are either using it for that, or they're watching big videos and it's like kind of YouTubers and influencers and stuff. And it's like entertainment, right? But there's this kind of ground and this like small niche within YouTube, which is business related, right? People are looking for answers on YouTube for specific things. And if you're growing your YouTube channel based on leads coming in, whether that is through paid advertising or whether you're going out on LinkedIn or whether you're posting short format content on Instagram, on Facebook, on other platforms, LinkedIn, potentially TikTok, not massive fan, but you can use that as well. You're going to drive traffic to your YouTube channel. Now, you're not just driving any of your traffic, right? You're not just doing a video and getting millions of views for the sake of it. You are getting a small segment of the market come through who are actually interested in your offer and they want to find out more, right? Now, your chance here with your media platform, so YouTube, is you can educate people. You can show up, you can reinforce your offer, you can go through your methodology, you can share insights, you can give, or educate people more around what you do and how you can help them, and you can share case studies. So it's really, really powerful as a platform because you're able to show up consistently in long format, right? This is the key here. If people watch your videos on Facebook, on Instagram, on other platforms, they're not going to be watching a 10, 20, 30-minute video because the attention span isn't there. The intention isn't there, right? People aren't going to Facebook to go and educate themselves and watch really long videos. Whereas YouTube, you kind of have permission to do that. People are coming through to educate themselves, to learn, and they're going onto the platform with the intention of probably spending 10 or 20 minutes on there to watch a video. So it's a really, really powerful platform to use long format content, right? The other thing with this as well is podcasts. So if you're in the field of education, you can use interviews with other experts or with clients to actually, grow your viewing and also get a call to action in there as well. So it's a really, really powerful platform to paint you as an expert very, very fast, and you're able to drive a call to action. And going back to like the 80-20 Pareto principle, like if we think about marketing and the purpose of marketing to get calls booked, like 20% of the results is going to come on the front end, 10 to 20%. 80-90% is going to come on the back end with content and follow-up, right? And you can follow people up with phone calls. They've opted in, they've seen your kind of offer, they've seen what you're putting on your centralized sales letter and your centralized offer page, but they're not necessarily going to sign up straight away because the trust, the understanding, the relevancy might not be there. The timing might not be there. Sometimes people are somewhat interested in what it is you do. They click through to your, your offer on an ad or through a message, but it might not be the right time for them. And that's a genuine kind of, there's a genuine reason for them to not sign up with you. There's plenty of times I've seen an offer where I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's not a right now thing. It's not a problem I'm solving right now, but I know that I'm probably going to have that problem in the future, or that's something that I know is going to be an expensive investment and I don't have the cash flow right now, but it's something I might be interested in the future, right? Now, if that person doesn't show up and I don't see any more content from them, they're not going to be front of mind for me when I'm trying to solve that problem 2 weeks down the line, 2 months down the line, 2 years down the line. And so I'm probably going to go to somebody else who's running advertising. I see their stuff and I get sucked into what they're doing. So really, like, this content game is super, super important for us to stay relevant in a prospect's mind moving forward, right? Like, content in YouTube specifically is not just for like these influencers, it's for businesses, it's for founders. Like, to show up and share content is so, so important. And that's where this direct response media comes in, right? We can measure the results on the front end with the paid advertising. That's great. But we can also measure the results of a video. We can show up on YouTube. We can see if people are watching our videos. We can see if the thumbnail, the title is getting engagement because people are watching. And then we can see how many of those viewers are booking calls, right? So if we're seeing people click the links to our offer page, we can measure that, and then we can measure people who are booking calls as well. So this is where the direct response element of this comes in, because it isn't just creating videos for the sake of it. You're not just like ticking a box each week and producing, 1, 2, or 3 videos just because it's on your to-do list. Like I've seen a lot of businesses do this where they grow a bit of a media team, like, or a marketing team. They've got a few people on their team just doing different things, like posting content out there for the sake of it, but it doesn't have a purpose. It's not there to actually like illuminate a client's objections or fears or misunderstandings about the product or service that you're selling. So this is where YouTube is a really, really powerful platform. I think it's going to be an absolute game changer this year, this next couple of years, for people that utilize it properly. And you don't need to be like a massive kind of video expert to do it, right? This is shot on an iPhone and Zoom. Like, it's really, really easy to create these videos. You can share documents, you can interview people, interview clients. There's a lot of different ways you can produce content, but I really think you need to utilize this as part of your plan within your marketing strategy for you to get the best possible returns from your marketing efforts. It's also going to make sales so much easier. Like, if somebody has watched a few videos of you on YouTube before booking a call, they're going to be so much more qualified and understand what you do versus somebody that just clicks the link on an ad and then they book a call straight away. These guys are going to be a lot more qualified coming through content on the back end. So hopefully you found this useful. If you did, appreciate it if you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be posting regular content on here. And if you are in the B2B space, you want to get more clients, you make at least 25K a month, and you want a done for you solution to be able to scale to 100K a month in the next 6 to 12 months, click the link below, watch the offer video that we have, and you can see how we work, and book a call if it's relevant for you, if it's something that makes sense to you right now. If not, then feel free to leave a comment below of any questions you have. If you want to find out more about how you can apply this to your business as well, then leave a comment below or book a call on the next page. Hopefully you found this useful. See you in the next one.